I'll keep this video short, I promise. Now with winter 2021 of anime finally coming to an end, I think it's a pretty good time to take a look back at the magic of this season. It's very rare when I genuinely feel like a sense of void is about to descend upon me after the end of any particular anime season. But lo and behold, that's actually the case this time around because of several different reasons. So hello and welcome to Under YZ, my name is Soham and today we're going to talk about the special charm of winter 2021 anime and why I loved it so much. But before that, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to our channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with a bunch of other pop culture related stuff. With that being said, let's begin the video. So I should admit this right off the bat, I was not really expecting much from this particular season. It was partly because I was not familiar with a lot of the properties that were about to be telecasted here, and as such I was only looking forward to two shows, namely Dr. Stone Stone Wars and Season 4 of Attack on Titan. Just that's it. For the rest of the shows, I was quite oblivious to them. But from around December of 2020, I started to somewhat expand my horizon. Moreover, in late 2020, because of series like Oregairu and more, I started to appreciate rom-com and slice of life shows as well, which directly transitioned to this season very well, and hence I found myself with some very stellar stuff in relation to rom-com series like the Quintessential Quintuplet Season 2 and Horimiya. The story of Quintessential Quintuplet Season 2 is really great, and the race to win over Futaro, mixed in with the Rena factor from Kyoto, made this season an incredibly easy recommendation, and also the loop of Yotsuba shouting Gomen will forever be stuck in my mind as a loop. Now along with that also came the beautiful opening song as well, which is genuinely one of my guilty pleasure music now. I won't play it in front of anyone, but it has definitely become a mainstay in my playlist. Then there is Horimiya, a manga series that was recommended to me from the very moment I started watching or reading rom-com genre. And just before I started reading the manga, winter 2021 hit me with the brilliance of its anime. This was beautiful as hell. Cloverworks did a stunning job with the overall animation, and what shall I even say about the story? The tale of Miyamura and Hori is one that will stay close to my heart forever, especially now that the manga has finally come to an end. And while we are on the topic of Cloverworks, I need to absolutely talk about Wonder Egg Priority, the arguably best show of this season, tied with ReZero and Jobless Reincarnation, but I'll get to them later on. Now, despite its production issues and problems in the later half of the series, this series managed to captivate the hearts of many people across the world. The tale of Ai in this beautifully haunting adventure that threads through various negatives of life is a must-watch, period. Like, how can I not look at this face and just feel speechless in love and admiration? Best girl Ai for the win, of course. This original story is one of the absolute best in my opinion and is kind of similar to another original series that is very close to my heart in the form of A Place Further Than the Universe. Now, I'm not saying that this season didn't had its flaws or there were not any down points whatsoever. We had stuff like Exam. I just don't even want to talk about it. I've already made a separate video when its trailer first came out, and just that I don't ever want to discuss about it anymore. Then there was the controversy of redo of Healer. Again, I don't really want to talk much about it. It's basically just an edgelord meme at this point. And you all know about these particular things, so I just don't need to specify over them. And while we were talking about Cloverworks, let's also talk about the potentially biggest mishap in anime of all time, and that is in relation to Season 2 of The Promised Neverland. This is probably one of the worst anime adaptations of all time, especially in relation to how manga has been adapted. Now, this is not the first time something like this has happened, where the anime has taken a totally different route from the manga and has changed things on the go. That was the case with Full Metal Alchemist, the original one as well, but this time around this is not a good adaptation overall. There were a lot of plots which were totally skipped over, and I don't really want to talk much about this particular thing because yes, just like most of the other people, I was also annoyed at it at all. Moreover, I'll come to the isekai shows in a bit, but before that, let me talk about a couple of shows which I could not watch in this particular season, but which are definitely a part of my watch list, which I will be definitely watching in the next couple of months, and that is SK8 Infinity, Beastars Season 2 and Kemono Jihen. These are arguably some of the best shows in this particular season, and although people can have the subjective opinion about these things, but from the reaction that I've seen from other people as well as from my very own cousin who is a very big fan of SK8 Infinity, I can say for sure that these anime were also pretty good in their own rights. I have not checked them out myself, but I just thought that I should mention them here while I'm talking about winter 2021 of anime. And in the same regard, Yuru Camp or Laid Back Camp, that was absolutely brilliant. I know I talked about how One Direct Priority reminded me about A Place Further Than the Universe, but again this show also kind of reminded me of A Place Further Than the Universe, and it was just so damn good. Okay, so now let's talk about the isekai juggernauts in the form of The Jobless Reincarnation, ReZero Season 2 Part 2, as well as That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 2. Now, what shall I even talk about Jobless Reincarnation? I mean, this is the granddaddy of isekai anime. It is the quote-unquote granddaddy of isekai anime. If you all don't know, this is one of the earliest series which kind of solidified the truck-kun trope, and the show is simply awesome. I mean, the studio is literally created to make this show, so the results are pretty obvious here. The overall animation, the plot, the characters, the music, everything is just beyond perfection. And I don't even know why I fell in love with this series so much. It's kind of nostalgic even though I have never even read the manga. The characters are actually stellar, and even though the plot sounds so silly and so stupid, and the first episode literally seems like a parody of a hentai series, but still this series managed to captivate my heart to such a huge extent. I am a huge fan of this series, and Jobless Reincarnation has slowly crept up into my top 10 favorite anime of all time. Not just this season, but rather all time. Studio Bind, you absolute masterclass. This was absolutely brilliant. The characters, the music, everything was just so damn good. Now, even though I have not read the manga yet, but I'm so eager to watch the second part of the series when it comes out eventually in summer of 2021. This is going to be really awesome. And next, we have ReZero Season 2 Part 2. I know I kind of had a prejudice against this particular series. Way back in 2016 when it actually came out, the first season when it actually came out, I had only heard memes about it and how Subaru had rejected Rem, and that was the only thing which I knew about this series, and that was my only judging point as such. But then I finally watched it upon Muse Asia, because Muse Asia was actually having the official license to put this anime on YouTube. Yes, anime on YouTube, that too something which is actually legally available. So that is the way in which I started watching the series, and finally I caught up at about episode 2 or 3 while the part 2 of season 2 was airing. And since then, everything about this show has been so damn captivating. From the Witch's Tea Party to Small Emilia to Beatrice finally acknowledging Subaru, everything, literally everything about this season has been so damn good. And once again, I'm so happy that I was actually wrong about this series. I had my preconceived notions that this is just a mediocre series whatsoever, but I was so damn wrong. ReZero rocks, and I finally understand why a lot of people are annoyed at the fact that ReZero is judged wrongly by the common public, and especially how it handles character moments. This was really awesome, and White Fox literally makes half-an-hour episodes. This is probably the longest episode count that I've seen in any anime whatsoever, period. This was so damn good. And since I don't want to make this video really huge, so I'll cut down my talk about That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 2. In one word, this was simply epic. Let's just say that this was simply epic. All the 3 isekai anime of this season were absolutely amazing in my opinion. They were top notch. Winter 2021 is ruled by isekai anime, and I'm so damn happy about it. Now there are other shows obviously in this season as well. Some which were good, some which were not so good. Now some of the shows which I think were pretty good were Cell at Work Season 2, bottom tier character Tomozaki-kun. Now lastly, even though they are technically not a part of Winter 2021 of anime, they started prior to that, but still these anime are kind of ending here at this very moment, and they had some of their best arcs in Winter 2021, so I think it is absolutely fine if I include them here. And they are obviously Jujutsu Kaisen, which was absolutely on fire. I do not need to talk about anything, you all know already about Jujutsu Kaisen and why is it so damn good. From the animation to the characters to the plot, every single thing is really enjoyable and deserves all the awards. And the other one includes Black Clover. Yes, Black Clover can be a little captivating for a lot of different people, and quite a lot of people do not like the character of Asta, especially because of his introduction in the first couple of episodes. But barring that, especially in this particular season where the series was adapting the Spade Kingdom arc, things have been absolutely fire, and I'm so happy that I finally caught up with the Black Clover series because I got to watch it in all its glory. The last couple of episodes have been absolutely amazing, and I'm just in awe. I am in absolute awe of it. And also, yeah, I kind of want to mention it here, that is One Piece. One Piece has been good overall. I've already made a lot of videos in relation to it, but the current Act 3 in Wano has been going on really good, so I'm just adding it here as a giveaway. But that's not the most important point here. But anyway, before I end this video, let me talk about the 2 series which I initially wanted to watch in Winter 2021, and that is Attack on Titan Season 4 and Dr. Stone Season 2 Stone Wars. Now, as much as I want to, I can't say that Attack on Titan Season 4 has been a 10 upon 10. Yeah, sure, there were moments where the series was absolutely amazing, the animation and everything was top notch, but at the same time there were also episodes which I did not like at all. There were many moments from the manga which were not adapted well, the pacing was horrible, and the overall implementation of the CGI was bad, especially for the first couple of episodes in relation to the Beast Titan. The later half was definitely good, but for the initial couple of parts, I did not like it that much. So overall, in my books, this season as a whole was decent. I can't really say that it was a masterclass like the previous seasons. Now again, I don't want to enter the Wit versus Studio Mappa debate. That's a really dumb topic to talk about, but overall I'm excited about the future of the series and what lies ahead in relation to maybe a part 2 of the season 4 or even a movie whatsoever. That particular announcement is coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that as well. I'm gonna make videos upon it as well. And lastly, Dr. Stone Season 2 Stone Wars. Perfection, 10 upon 10. Yeah, sure, this season might have been hidden among the jewels of the other series like ReZero, Wonder Egg Priority, Horimiya and the other stuff, but still overall this season delivered so damn good. And the last couple of episodes, my goodness, I've already read the manga, I'm caught up with the manga, but still these episodes, the heart, the emotion, the music, the animation, everything, this was top notch. Dr. Stone Season 2 was a 10 upon 10 for me. And now, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm gonna stop it right here. Overall, I'm just gonna say that Winter 2021 of anime has been absolutely amazing and I'm going to miss it a lot. A lot. This was awesome. I was not expecting this season to be this good, but I'm kind of feeling sad now that this season is actually over. Yeah, sure, I'm looking forward to the sequels that have been announced for a lot of the series which happened in this particular season, but still overall this was so damn good. So anyway, these were my impressions for Winter 2021 of the anime. What do you guys think about all of this? Please do mention your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. Also, if you are new here, then please do join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features. With that being said, this is WonderYZ and I'll see you soon on the next one.